But speaking of next season, something new that will be implemented is the in-season tournament. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a little confused about it, but I know both of y'all heard about it. So, Seb, how do you feel about the tournament for next season?
I'm gonna treat it how I treated the play-in tournament. Just more so, just you gotta see it when it happens in order to get like your take on it, your input on it. Because when we see from now, with the playing tournament, it's really been like a great idea from the NBA. Add more competitiveness, like late game season, like just to hype up the late season. Like when you get into those 10 games, those 15 games, teams usually like to say, let's take this break and get ready for the playoffs. So with the playing, they added more like hype to it. So teams are really on their neck, they're on their foots about getting that 7th or 8th seed or even the ninth and 10th, just to punch their spot in to try to make it to the playoffs. So with the playing as well, I mean with the in season tournament as well, you know how they add in these incentives like teams get like 200K, 100K, things of that nature. I don't even think the players would really play for that money. It's another bonus to make them happy. But I do feel like it's the test where they are in the beginning of the season to see what they got to work on, to see what else can they add on to the season to build an identity in the playoff stakes. So when you look at it, the groups that you're playing in, you're gonna play against a team that you might see in the playoffs. So I don't really have the groups on me right now. So I like the idea of like teams that you might see the first or second. You get a feel for them now in like a setting like that, and it adds more competition to in the beginning of the season because now you might not have your best squad. You might have a healthy squad then, and you might not have your best squad now, but you know what it took to win these games. And some of these things are one and done now, so it gives like a March Madness vibes to it. So it definitely adds a little more excitement to in the beginning of the season. Because usually when you think about it, they always said that the NBA does not pick up until Christmas time. They say that Christmas Day is when the NBA starts. Like that's when the season really starts. So them adding this, I feel like is good for viewership as well as just to add some competition within the beginning of the season that we don't get until like Christmas Day.
Jalen, how do you feel about the tournament?
I definitely like the idea of it. I just question probably the incentives of it. Um, I know they said it's a cash reward, but I really don't feel that's a motive for the players to play in this in-season tournament. When we're watching the playoffs, people are competing for an NBA championship, and yes, I know they do get a award at the end of the in-season tournament, but I just don't feel the incentive is strong enough for these players to really play their best brand of basketball. I feel like maybe probably seeding, like if they were like fighting for a seed or so, like top seeds. um that would probably be more of an incentive. I know that's probably a struggle to work around, but I just feel like the incentives of cash prizes and award that's fairly new is not enough of an incentive for the players to really play their best brand of basketball. Now, the timing of it, I still don't have all the details and like really not just aware. But if it's after the All Star break, I definitely feel it would be possibly more competitive. Just knowing that, just to Seb's point, kind of the season kind of starts after Christmas and after that All Star break period of time. So I definitely feel like it will be more competitive and you'll see more players play to their full ability. I definitely feel also too, if this is going forward, I feel like the younger players might take this up and take this as their opportunity, just for like small market teams, like a team, no shade to them, but like the Indiana Pacers that doesn't get enough TV games on ESPN or TNT. They might just play their hearts out, just to get more TV games. And plus, they're nationally televised on that platform. So I definitely feel it gives them more spotlight to show out and just play, get more exposure, potentially, for future contracts, just future deals and everything like that. So I definitely feel like the younger players and small market teams are definitely an advantage in this point in time for the in season tournament. But I just have to see it. Again, just see it how it plays out. I definitely like the way they just divided the division, the brackets. But yeah, I just have to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's definitely something new that the NBA is trying to tinker with. We're definitely gonna have to see just how it's gonna play out. Seb, just hit it right on the nose. It's just something that I'm just gonna have to see play out. He made a good point about the play-in tournament. I know there was just some skepticism when that idea had came out, but we definitely see that as years has gone by, more and more teams are definitely fighting to be in that play-in tournament. We just seen a team like the Miami Heat who was in that play-in tournament and went all the way to the NBA Finals. Now, in terms of the in-season tournament, I really think it just depends on how serious the players take it. I think you made a great point, Jalen, about maybe just more of the younger players, just take it more seriously. Definitely the smaller market teams, definitely just to get more credibility. But I just think it's just gonna come down to the players. Because just the award at the end, I know they're calling it like the NBA Cup, but it's like how much credibility is that gonna have? How serious are the players just gonna take that like is that something that when you're talking about just going to the Hall of Fame and just just debates about people's resume, are you gonna say that LeBron James just won the in season tournament? Like, is that something that people are gonna say? So I definitely think it's gonna be something interesting, but we're just gonna have to see how it plays out.